What's up, everybody? It's the June book of the month here at His Productions. As many of you know, I'm a really avid reader. I love to read poetry. I read a lot of poetry from Wendell Berry. I read the scriptures every day, and then I also read a book. Part of my learning recently has been, and forgive me if he happens to see this post, I doubt it, but Skye Jethani, I think that's how you say this gentleman's name. Skye Jethani is a pastor. This book is called The Divine Commodity, Discovering a Faith Beyond Consumer Christianity. Now, before you shut this video off, I know that's a little bit edgy, but this author, Skye, Pastor Skye, is actually kind of tackling the idea of consumerism in the church, this notion that we can come to church just to take, and that church is just about a great band or a great speaker. All those things are important. I actually serve at a church over 1,000 people. I'm a worship arts pastor. We've got a great band. I get to serve with amazing people. It's a great production every week. Our pastor is stellar. He's a great, not only speaker, but a great Bible teacher. So I personally take high value in how a service is created and the environment, the atmosphere that's created for people to come and worship. But there's gotta be the right why behind that reason. There has to be a good why. And I think that's what Skye is really challenging. So I want to read, this is kind of a longer portion from this book, but hopefully it whets your appetite to pick this up. Again, this is The Divine Commodity, Discovering a Faith Based Beyond Consumer Christianity by Skye Jethani. He says, like the Corinthians, our imaginations have been captured by the popular methodology of our culture. Homogeny, fueled by our consumer demand for choice, has led to divisions in the church. Rather than challenging the social divisions of our culture, the church has capitulated to them. Rather than defending the radical imaginations of Jesus and his apostles, who called for unity that transcended the dividing walls of culture, ethnicity, and economics, the consumer church has enthusiastically defended the status quo. In the first century, Paul rebuked the Corinthians for their shameful display of disunity around the table of Christ. Had the Corinthians lived 20 centuries later, they would have been praised for offering flexible gathering times and forming homogeneous affinity groups. Ironically, after most other institutions abandoned it, the church continues to be a strong supporter of the pragmatic but erroneous, separate but equal doctrine. There's little doubt why we have adopted this posture. In consumer Christianity, our concern is not primarily whether people are transformed to reflect the countercultural values of God's kingdom, but whether they're satisfied, often measured by attendance and giving. An unhappy church member, like an unhappy customer, will find satisfaction someplace else. As one pastor enthusiastically said, the problem with blended services is that half the people are happy, half the time. But by offering multiple homogeneous options, you could say, if they don't like this service style, try another one. It's kind of a buffet idea, right? And I think Skye is really tackling something that we need to consider in the modern church. Why are we doing the things we're doing? Why is worship the way it is? Why are our worship services structured the way that they are? Why are the life groups that we do structured the way that they are? Don't hear me. Don't mistake me as saying that any of these things are bad. This book just caused me to continue to ask the question, why? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing as a worship arts pastor? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing as a follower of Jesus? What's the heart and the reasoning behind it? So, June book of the month, I really, really want to encourage you to pick up this book. It's going to challenge you. It's going to poke you a little bit, but it's a good poke, okay? The Divine Commodity by Skye Jethani. Again, discovering a faith beyond consumer Christianity.